Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, this gentleman and his whole team are also super fun to hang out with. Your crew, there's almost as many of you as there are of us. There's 100 people max aboard ship, 50 suites.
50 suites.
And full complement, how many people in the crew?
76.
Wow. So that's almost 1-to-1. And you really feel that.
Yeah.
Wherever I am, I can be part of on the ship someplace and there's just nobody around and it's peaceful and quiet. Or you can be with other people and having a great time. I'm thinking about JB and his fabulous Brazilian cocktail up on the sky deck.
Oh.
Wow. When you board the ship, go immediately to the sky deck. He is fantastic. He's like, Jackie, are you ready for it yet?
He knows how to take care of everybody who's thirsty.
He does. Okay, let's talk about what you love about being on board the ship.
Well, mainly Emerald, especially. It changed my whole career. Starting from the way how you interact with the guests, and as well from the crew, because it's not just work anymore. You get to get closer to every single soul on board. You get to experience and get to know cultures and more like a nearest experience to everybody, and you learn a lot from everybody. And but what I also enjoy is the itineraries. The itineraries where you go to these other ports that nobody else goes, and smaller, let's say, destinations. And we all more about destination immersion. So we try to bring local entertainments as well, and we get to experience local meals and local cuisine. The cocktail of the day when we're in the Caribbean. But most of all, the water sports, jumping off the ship, just from the back of the ship to the open ocean. I think that's the best. Getting on the kayaks, the paddleboards, the trampoline. But my favorite is the sea bobs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tell them what a sea bob is, because I didn't know.
Well, the sea bobs, how can I put it in simple words? It's sort of like a jet ski or a mini jet ski that it's a handy jet ski that you put in front of you that you can lay on, and then you just have like an accelerator here on your right, and you just, it takes you around like with speed you want, and then you can actually put it down and go underneath, dive down. So as long as you have a mask, you'll be able to see as well the marine life underneath. So it's so many things that I can explain, so I'll go over and over, but just a little bit for you to have an idea what is to cruise with Emerald as well.
Oh, and that Marina Day is off the deck, off the charts. It's just fantastic. They literally open up the back end of the yacht and bring out just tons of toys. And of course, it's all included. There's no additional fee for this. So John and I kayaked twice.
Yeah.
And the first day we were doing it, I think off the coast of St. Martin, and there's a whole bunch of big boats coming around, and so it was like really choppy, and so I got a little nervous. And then we did it on Norman Island.
Norman Island, yeah.
And tell them about the private party on Norman Island.
Ooh,
that's super fun.
The beach barbecue. Oh, I love it. And this one was one of my favorites. You get to see, as I said, marine life in there. And not just the beach barbecue, the whole operation from the ship for lunch goes off the ship, literally. Bar, the restaurant, the service. And of course, I don't want to spoil you, but we have also a surprise after the lunch is being served. So it's all about surprise and delights, as you said.
It really is. And then, okay, so I shouldn't tell that cool thing. I won't tell that cool thing.
No.
So something really cool happened that the captain did and your whole team did. I'm not going to tell you. You got to go experience it yourself. But again, bringing all the marina toys. So again, we kayaked, and that time we could stay a little longer because it wasn't so choppy, and all the fun stuff. Again, everything's included. People, if you're on a different kind of cruise ship, you would have to pay a lot of money, and you would go stand in a long line,
like a separate excursion.
Yes.
And then take a boat across to another island.
Yes.
And wait for the other people to get off. In here, we take care of every single thing. So you lay back, you relax, and we take care of everything else.
Yes. The lounge chairs, the umbrellas, everything. It's just all part of the experience.
True.
And it's really price-wise, it's a high value, because all of your food, all of your beverages, the marina day, the beach party day, a lot of the shore excursions are all included. So, it's not as expensive as you would think. And if you're in a balcony on another premium to high-end cruise line, we should talk. because this is even more of a value on certain sailings. So we should talk about that. That's for another day. When we boarded, I was thinking, okay, I'm always thinking like, which of our clients would love this cruise? Which of our clients would love this yacht? And my first thought was the guy or the gal who says, I'll never cruise. I hate cruising. You know that person. They've seen pictures. Maybe they went on a terrible one years ago. Okay. And maybe there was huge long lines. That's all they're thinking is 5,000 people, huge long lines. You know, they get the buffet that's all white carbohydrates. That's all it is. You know, and they're nickel and diming you for every single drink, and everybody's got a handout. Okay, forget that. This is the opposite of that, and we are going to do our level best to educate people around the world that this is what you want to do. It's fun too because like you said, your crew is from all over the world. How many countries?
I don't even know where to start because we do Europe, we do now the Caribbean, and now next year we're starting Seychelles with the Indian Ocean.
Oh, we're looking at that one.
So it really gets it's expanding. So I can't tell you right now how many countries we've done, but we go to places like in Turkey, small places in Turkey, small places in Greece that no other ships go, in Croatia or Italy, France, Spain, Gibraltar. So it's a little bit of everything, even Africa sometimes when we do Morocco too.
And so this is really for, say you're the kind of person, you've been there and done that. This would be the right yachting experience for you because they're going to the out of the way ports.
Yeah.
John and I are looking at that Seychelles one. We're looking at that one, and then your favorite one is, you told me the other day, you want to talk about that one?
Oh, my favorite is the one, the round trip between Venice and Dubrovnik. That includes a little bit of Italy and Croatia. Well, first of all, as you know, after the COVID situation, they don't allow any other big ships come to the main canal. We do.
Into the Grand Canal.
Okay, but
you guys can come in?
But we can do. So everything is more flexible for us being such a small vessel, small yacht. So, you come in a water taxi to the port, they get you off, there's your yacht right there, ready for you to check in. So, besides that, we go to smaller ports in Croatia, like Krk, let's say Sadar, like to the old port. We go to Vis, we go to Korčula, places that no other cruise lines include. So, and Croatia has a mix of contemporary culture and the modernism. So at the same time, it's all together and aligns so well, and it balances so nice that even the gastronomy, the vineyards, and the culture is so rich. Because even there, we go to this place in Robin that they have so much Italian influence that they also speak Italian, so
that helps.
So that helps. So it's a little bit of everything. The architecture is just, I don't have enough words to describe how beautiful Croatian, how the cruise starts, and the whole excursions we do in there, swimming in the open sea. So it's just perfect. I think that's my perfect itinerary. That's personal opinion. So
yeah, no, that just gave me chills because we've been to Venice and we've had to do the water taxi because our ship couldn't come in, and to be able to be on your yacht in Venice would be really cool.
So you're all welcome, and we hope to see you there.
We are, we'll be signing up for our next cruise before we get off the ship on Saturday. So just so you know, we're already picking something. One of the things you might want to think about, they do New Year's Eve here in St. Barts with fireworks going off. And because you visit with all the other people on the ship, and so I was visiting with a fellow today in the Sky Bar, and he was telling me about what New Year's Eve was like here. And he said there was yachts as far as the eye could see. There's a bunch of like super yachts, names I can't tell you because I don't know, maybe they don't want that, but huge yachts. And then at midnight the fireworks go off from land.
And then the fireworks come. We have the countdown and everything, dancing on the deck, and then of course interacting with everybody. It just becomes like such a big party.
So, honey, that might be the one we're doing next year.